Have you ever looked at someone who seems to have very little, yet lives with peace and generosity? Have you wondered why some people, even with enormous wealth, are never satisfied? Welcome back to our channel, where ancient wisdom meets modern life with clarity and compassion. I'm grateful that you're joining us today, because we are diving into a topic that affects every one of us: how wisdom and money are interconnected, and why truly wise people handle wealth differently. Many people associate spirituality with poverty, assuming that to live a meaningful life means rejecting money, but Buddhism offers a more nuanced perspective. It doesn't demonize money. It reveals that money, like anything else, is a tool, a reflection of intention. It can be a source of suffering or a vehicle for liberation. It depends on the mind that uses it. So today, let's explore what it means to be truly wise with money. We begin with a simple truth. Wealth is not just about how much you have, it's about how well you use what you have. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a term meaning skillful use. That is the heart of true abundance. It means understanding the purpose of money, using it with discernment, and never being enslaved by it. Imagine two people. One earns millions each year but lives in constant anxiety, afraid of loss, obsessed with status, chained to his image. The other earns modestly, but his wealth flows naturally, supporting family, uplifting others, creating peace. Who is richer? The answer lies not in numbers, but in wisdom. Let me tell you a story. There once was a monk who had nothing but a single robe and a bowl, yet he was regarded as one of the wealthiest men in the kingdom. Why? Because wherever he went, people were nourished, his words healed, his presence uplifted. Kings sought his counsel, merchants gave freely to him, not because he asked, but because he gave them something money couldn't buy: truth. Eventually, a prince asked him, "Master, how do you live with so little?" The monk smiled, "I live with just enough, because I know the difference between wants and needs." This is the core teaching of wealth in Buddhism. Desire is endless, contentment is freedom. Let's break it down. When you lack wisdom, money becomes a substitute for self-worth. You think, if I have more, I'll be respected, I'll be happy, I'll be safe. But this is an illusion. Because no matter how much you accumulate, the craving continues. It's a thirst that can't be quenched with water. But when you cultivate inner wealth, generosity, clarity, discipline, then even a little money becomes a source of joy. The wise person sees money not as identity, but as responsibility. They ask, what impact does my spending create? Does it nourish life, or feed greed? This is what it means to use money like a bodhisattva, to see each dollar as an act, each purchase as a vote for the world you want to live in. This awareness turns consumption into compassion. You begin to support what matters. You donate without fear. You refuse to waste, not out of stinginess, but out of reverence. Because when your heart is full, your hands become generous. There's a beautiful saying in the Dharma: the single coin given with pure intention creates more merit than mountains of gold given for fame. This is the difference between wise wealth and foolish abundance. The foolish person gives to be seen. The wise person gives to serve. And here's something profound. True generosity is not measured by how much you give, but by how much love you give it with. Let's talk about the three kinds of wealth recognized in the Buddhist tradition. First, there is material wealth: money, possessions, assets. Useful, but impermanent. Second, there is ethical wealth: your values, your integrity, your reputation. This last is longer and influences many. Third, there is spiritual wealth: your compassion, your wisdom, your awakening. This never diminishes. In fact, the more you share it, the more it grows. A truly rich person balances all three. They don't worship money, but they don't ignore it either. They cultivate it, protect it, and release it all with awareness. This brings us to a deeper point. Money is energy. It reflects your values, your fears, your habits. If you hoard it, it stagnates. If you waste it, it disappears. If you fear it, it controls you. But if you respect it, use it skillfully, and let it flow, it becomes a blessing. And the wise person does something even more powerful. They turn money into dharma. They fund temples. They help the poor. They support teachings. They build bridges, what empires. This is the highest use of wealth, to uplift others. And when you live this way, you find that you don't need as much as you thought. Because you no longer measure life by accumulation, but by contribution. Now, let's talk practically. How can we cultivate this kind of wise relationship with money? Start by tracking your spending, not with judgment, but with curiosity. What does it reveal about your priorities? Next, give regularly, even a small amount. But give with joy, not obligation. Let it be an expression of your values. Practice contentment. Before you buy, pause. Ask, do I need this? Or am I avoiding something inside? Invest in wisdom, books, courses, retreats. Anything that nourishes your inner life is worth more than anything that fills a closet. Simplify. The less clutter you have, the more space you create for peace, for creativity, for awareness. And finally, remember, you are already enough. You don't need more to be more. You just need to remember who you are. This is the teaching of the wise. That wealth is not in what you hold, but in what you offer. That true abundance is not having everything, but needing less. That generosity is not just a virtue, it's a path to freedom. If you've experienced this shift, if you've learned to see money as a tool, not a trophy, please share your journey in the comments. Your story may inspire someone to take the first step toward financial wisdom. And if this message gave you a new lens, a new breath, or a new resolve, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Your support fuels this space where wisdom meets the world. Thank you for watching this video. May your wealth serve truth, your heart guide your hand, and your life reflect the richness of your spirit.